Hey folks, welcome back to Autumn Woods. On our last episode we were at a local sporting goods department and we were getting stuff ready, looking at the equipment we need to do a basic catfish. There's so many different rigs and different ways that you can catch them. We're just doing a basic video here to show you how to go out, the stuff you need, and how to get it. So the first thing, yesterday we looked at a combination set. In fact, it was an 808 or 888 Zebco with a medium action rod, and this is the same thing that we looked at yesterday, and this is mine. And we've got a rig on this one called a Santee rig, which we'll get into later because that's a little bit different than our basic catfishing rig. So the first thing we're going to do for here today is I've got a rod that I had, and it's an old rod. It might even be an antique. It was my grandfather's rod, but I bought a new reel for it, and we're going to go ahead and put the reel on, and we're going to rig it up for our catfishing pole. So the equipment that you need to make this easier, and even if it's a new rod, is usually you need a pair of pliers, you need your pocket knife to cut the string with and stuff like that. And in my tackle box I always like to carry fingernail clippers because that's what I like to clip my line with. You can clip it up close to your knot. You can clip your knot. Fingernail clipper is a good tool to have in the tackle box. We also have our lead, or our sinker, which we're going to use a 1 ounce. We got our hooks that we bought yesterday, our circle hooks, which I prefer to use for catfish. You don't have to use circle hooks for catfish. You could use a regular J hook, but I like circle hooks for catfish because when they bite it, they suck it in, and a circle hook is supposed to be an automatic hook set. So and then you see these little weights here that we're going to use to put below our main sinker. And then I always like to use a bead between the main sinker and the split shot, just to give a little cushion so it don't hit it and knock the split shot loose so easy. So we'll talk about that. But the first thing we're going to do is get this reel on this rod. So I backed it off because it was pretty tight. I had to use the pliers to get it backed off. So first thing we'll do is set the reel in the notches. It's got a groove on each side, and we'll get it sent in there like that. Set it, and then we'll just push it all the way forward as far as it'll go. And then we want to take our pliers, and we're going to have to turn this knob to tighten our reel onto our pole. And we tighten it as hard as we can go. And we have to remember that we want to keep our line straight with our eyes. It don't need to be cocked to the side or anything. It needs to be where the line is going to come off. It needs to go straight to our eyes on our rod. So we're going to get it tightened up here real good. We're going to make sure we keep that straight. And we're going to get it as tight as we can because that's what's holding our rod and reel together. So once we get it on there good and tight, we're going to flip the bail, and we're going to find the end of our string. And most of them have a string catcher right here, and that's what our string is on. So usually what you can do is just take your pocket knife and pull that string off of that little catcher. I call it a string catcher. And we're going to make sure we have our bail flipped so the line will easily come off. like that. Then we're going to flip it back over, and we're going to make sure that we go under this bail. And we're going to pull it through like that, because this, well, it's not under it. We're going to make sure we put it under here. This line. Like that. And we're going to pull it through here. And this is what's going to catch the line, and it catches in that groove on that bail. And when I say bail, this is the bail right here. That's to cast, that's to reel with the open face. And we're talking about that because that's what we're putting on here today. It's a little bit easier with the regular spinning reel. Once we get our line through, we're going to start putting it through our eyes on our rod. So, and we're going to pull out some extra, because that's what we're going to have to work with. And now we've got our reel on. We've run our line through all the eyes. It's straight. There's a little crook where it was connected to the reel. We'll take our clippers and just cut that off. Get it out of the way. Alright, so the first thing we're going to have to put on to make our basic catfishing rig is our 1 ounce lead. This is a flat lead. They make round leads, they make bullet leads, they make all different shapes and sizes. This is just what we're going to use today. We're putting it on, putting it through, just going to let it go. The next thing I like to use, like I said, I like to use a bead to just give me a bumper between our split shot and our regular lead. We put the bead on there. The next thing we got to have is we got to have our hook. Like I said, today we're going to be using the circle hook. This is the number 4. It's a medium hook. We're going to be tying it on. I like to have plenty of line to work with. I like to do a basic square knot to keep it there. Like so. And then I do a slip knot. I go around 6 times. Go through, over, and through again. Pull it tight. That way the more the fish pulls on it, the tighter it gets. So now we've got our hook tied on. We're going to clip off the excess. So now we've got our lead and we've got our hook. Now when we're catfishing, one thing that I've found over the years is that, contrary to popular belief, catfish do not swim along the bottom. Catfish swim about a foot off the bottom of the lake or river floor. So we're gonna take about a foot, and we're gonna put our split shot. And I'm just gonna use a small one. And we're gonna put it on. And then we're going to take our pliers and we're going to clamp it down nice and tight. Now what that's going to do is to keep our main lid from going all the way down to our bait. So when we cast it out there, our lid is going to the bottom of the lake, and our bait is going to float just off the bottom like this. And when that happens, the fish is going to come along, because they don't feed directly on the bottom. Fish always like to. He'll be about a foot off the bottom. He'll grip it, and then the fight's on. So that is our basic cat fishing rig. Like I said, I'm using circle hooks. You don't have to use the circle hook. You can use just a regular J hook. You do need to have a good lid, because you do want it to set. If there's any current, you don't want it flowing away too much or whatever. You want it to pretty much stay right where it's at. Where we're going to be fishing on the next episode, there's not much current there, so it'll sit and the bait should float, and we should get some good bites. So with all that being said, that's our basic catfishing rig, and I'm looking forward to seeing you on the next episode. If you have any questions, put them in our comment section. I'm asking you to subscribe to our channel if you like it. We got a lot of good ideas and things we're coming up with, and if you like the video, hit the like button and just let us know what you think. We'll see you soon, and good luck. God bless.